Hi, I'm Nitesh. I'm a co-founder at BooleanMaths. At BooleanMaths, we are building a marketing data platform that helps D2C brands run marketing across multiple channels and scale profitably. How do we do this? We do this using six different pillars. The first is having a unified data layer across Shopify, WooCommerce, third-party checkouts, ads, shipping, and post-purchase service to ensure that all touch points in the customer journey are in one location. The second is having proper attribution framework, which helps you find the exact channel and source that actually led to revenue. Third is blending profitability throughout the platform so that every ad and SKU has actual CM1, CM2, and profitability numbers along with the pure revenue numbers. The fourth is enabling data-driven ad optimization by uh, sending the right signals using conversion APIs and audiences to Meta and Google Ads. The fifth is very deep marketing analytics across geographies, across codes, across RTOs, across web pages and landing pages and products and SKUs to ensure that every single granular segment in your marketing uh, is analyzed. And the sixth is by opening this data layer up to reasoning agents like Claude, Gemini, and OpenAI using our own custom MCP. We built 40 plus tools for this to ensure that these AI agents have the right data to give you the right decisions. Uh, so in this demo, we'll show you exactly how Boolean Maths works and how all of these different pillars come together to give you the right uh, base that's needed to make marketing decisions. Let's get into it. So Boolean Maths integrates across your marketing stack, starting with Shopify and WooCommerce to ensure that all event level data is getting tracked accurately. Also with Google Ads, Meta Ads to get a visibility of what ads are running, what are the UTM set over there, and also monitor all incoming traffic. With your retention partners, be that on email like Klaviyo and MailChimp or on WhatsApp like ByteSpeed, like a quick chat, and ending with shipping partners so that we have visibility on whether the order that was placed was actually delivered or not. So we have visibility right from the ad click right up to the order actually getting fulfilled. This ensures that the complete user journey is tracked on Google Maps. So you can see that over here, for example, all these orders that were placed, you know exactly what the order value is, what the discount is, what the current status is, like if it was cancelled or if it's still in transit. You can also track which orders have been delivered, whether it's a new or returning user, how many ads did they see before converting, and most importantly, what was the journey before converting. So, for example, this specific user saw a Facebook ad on May 19th, or they saw another Google ad on May 19th, and then finally converted from an organic touch point by themselves. Now, one thing to note over here is that most Facebook touch points they originate from Instagram. So you can see that this one is originating from Instagram browser. That's because anytime you click on a Meta ad, Meta will open that ad within their own in-app browser. On the other hand, most Google touchpoints or organic touchpoints obviously will originate on the phone's native browser. Let's quickly see an example of that. So you can see here that Google's originating on Chrome 147. Now, what this means is that the same user using two different browsers for your different ad platforms and hence getting tracked as two different visitors. What we are able to do is we're able to merge these journeys into one consistent user journey. So let's see an example of that. Maybe this one. So yeah, you can see that this session happened via Facebook paid channel on Instagram browser, while the second session was an organic session that happened on Safari browser. And our platform is able to merge these two sessions into one consistent user journey, ensuring that you have a full user journeys not broken up by browsers. Now, a quick shout out over here to our survey feature. So, what this does is you can enable a post purchase survey on your order page, order status page, or thank you page to get feedback directly from customers. The best thing about this survey is that one, it loads very quickly, and two, it fits neatly in Shopify's own design. So it looks something like this. We see quite a high response rate. So for this brand, we are seeing around 26% response rate, and this is on the average side. We typically see anywhere between 15% to 45% response rates. And this becomes an important source to calibrate our attribution model, which we'll discuss in another video. Yeah. Tracking complete user journeys enables us to run attribution models that actually help you understand exactly which channel is the revenue coming from. So for this specific brand, they're running marketing across multiple channels. You can see there are certain number of cancelled RT orders, but there's also orders from Meta, from Organic, from Quick Chat, which is WhatsApp retention. There's Google, there's Snapmint, there's affiliate marketing, there's also some test orders, and there's Sage Pilot, which is the website chatbot. Now, if they were to analyze this in isolation, so Meta is claiming 27,000 orders because Meta simply does not care about any of the other channels. Similarly, Google is also claiming 1,400 orders. While we are able to bring out the true impact of each channel because we have complete user journeys and we're looking at a multi-channel setting. This is what helps us get the true ROAS of every single channel. So Meta's at 1.9 as opposed to their claim of 2.9, and similarly Google's at 7.61 as opposed to their claim of 12.6. Now, this attribution data is also available at a campaign and ad level. So, for every campaign, I know exactly amount spent, what's the true orders that I've got from this campaign, what's the split between new customers and returning customers, and all these different stats that you can generate for every single campaign. Another cool thing we do is for all the ad campaigns, we also track exactly what product they bought. So for this campaign, they bought a total of 10 products across 15 orders, and you can see exactly how many of each product did they buy. This actually helps you understand if an ad targeting a product is working or not working. This attribution is also available within the product view. So for all products, you can actually dive deeper into it and understand what the spend across Meta and Google is, what the revenue for that specific product is, what the conversion rate on the page is, and also what the contribution margin after product cost, after shipping cost, after everything is, and similarly what the contribution margin after marketing spend is. And you can see the full attribution breakdown as well. And this is again customizable using any model that's available within a toolkit. Going back to attribution models, so we have 5 attribution models. The first is linear touch, which is our preferred model, wherein we split credit across all touch points equally. The second is first touch, where we give credit to the first touch point. Similarly, last touch gives credit to the last touch point. Paid any touch gives credit to all touch points. So if there was a single touch point, we give it 100% credit. This is just to measure the footprint of any channel. And finally, BooleanMaths custom attribution. So this attribution model uses a combination of click-based attribution plus a lightweight MMM that runs on your historical Google and Meta ad spends and your conversions, and uh, post-purchase survey data, which helps us calibrate exactly what the contribution of each channel should be based on what the customers themselves are reporting. All of this put together helps us develop the BooleanMaths attribution model, a lot more accurate than linear touch model, but not available out of the box. It's only available after a certain amount of data threshold has been met. Along with this, we also offer more settings to customize the attribution. So you can select your attribution window, which varies between 1 day to 60 days. You can also exclude certain campaigns. So let's say you want to exclude all search campaigns because it is cannibalizing a lot of organic search. You can do that easily. Similarly, you can also exclude retention campaigns or AI chat from your WhatsApp website, just to ensure that you are analyzing the channels and the top of funnel or middle of funnel touch point that you want to analyze. Yeah, so that's an attribution. All analytics on the BooleanMaths platform is powered using 2 pillars. The first pillar was attribution, where we ensure that we are looking at a multi-channel view at all times. The second pillar is profitability. So, for example, you can see over here that for Meta, The revenue is 4.7 lakhs, but the CM1 profit is after deducting cost of goods and payment charges and shipping charges is 3 lakhs. And after deducting marketing spend is actually net negative, while Google is slightly positive and overall the brand is slightly underwater. Uh, how does this work? This works because we ensure that our brand level profitability is mapping exactly to what your bank statement says. So we track the entire order fulfillment journey, right from how many orders were placed, how many got cancelled, how many more are estimated to be cancelled, how many actually shipped, how many actually delivered, what is the revenue that you're going to make from all these orders, what's the cost associated with delivering them. So what was the cost of goods, what was the shipping cost, RTO cost, packaging, payment, everything. After deducting all this, what's the contribution margin after direct costs, and what's the contribution margin after marketing costs. On top of that, you can also add operating costs from the configuration panel. All of that will give you your final margin at a brand level. Once these numbers are calibrated, we are able to then reproduce these numbers at an ad SKU level. So you can see that over here for every single ad that's running in your on your ad platforms. We can actively track what the revenue is. Along with that, we can also track what's the CM1 profit and CM2 margins are. The same thing can also be done for every single product that's in your catalog. So for any product in your catalog, we can actively track. Let's take this one for example. What's the ad spend across across channels? What's the total revenue? What's the CM1 margin? And what's the CM2 margin? So this gives you a clear indication into what products can be scaled further, what ads are making you money, and actively drive marketing, not just using platform metrics, which is revenue, but using actual bank account metrics, that is the money that you make. Question that I get asked often is, what do I do with all this data? Can it actually impact my ads? And the answer is yes, absolutely. So the way we do this, we have a pretty robust integration with Meta and Google using a combination of conversion APIs and audiences. So if I look at conversion APIs, then we have two modes for conversion API. The first mode is a standard mode, wherein we can send all the standard events that are happening on your domains. This might be add to cart, page views, checkout submit, or a purchase. All these standard events we can send as backup to your Meta and Google ads, so that when their tracking fails, which happens roughly 15 to 20% of time, either because of ad blockers or because of iOS restrictions or because of browsers like uh, Safari and Brave, in those 20% cases where the ad platform tracking is failing, our conversion API acts as the backup to ensure that the ad platform is not missing any key events. The second mode where conversion API is very useful is ensuring that we are able to expand the visibility of your ads beyond the purchase signal. So currently what's happening is your Meta Pixel is tracking the thank you page on your store and getting the details of the products purchased from there. What your Metapixel is not able to do is actually track if this purchase was a COD purchase or a prepaid purchase, whether it was bundled together with other purchases, or whether it was a discounted purchase or full price purchase, whether it was a new user or repeat user, and most importantly, whether this purchase was actually delivered or whether it was cancelled or RTO. You can see that we can send all of these enriched signals on top of the standard purchase event to ensure that your Meta account has all this visibility. So you can see we are doing this for quite a few brands, and we always get pretty good EMQ scores. So for all the purchase and bottom of funnel events, we get a EMQ of greater than 9. And for top of funnel events like page view or anything, like for a page view, you're getting 6.8. So the standard meta setup will give you around 6.2, 6.3. BooleanMaths setup will give you 6.8 because we're able to identify more anonymous visitors by looking at complete user journeys, by plugging into the Shopify data layer, by looking at who's logged into your Shopify account, and so on. That essentially means that we are able to identify more users and hence help Meta identify more users and target them better. So that's on the conversion API side of things. We also have a pretty robust audiences feature. So the way it works is you can select any event that's happening on your domain. So let's say you are concerned with uh, products view, we can select that you want to ensure that the client is really interested, so he's seen the product at least 3 times in the last 90 days. And you can simply add what the product name is. So something like, yeah, so you can simply add what the product name is, and you can create this audience. Once this audience is saved, let's create a new audience. Then I can go back to my audiences and sync this with Meta. And it's a pretty easy setup. It will just ask you who to sync with, and you're done. And that's how we help brands optimize their ads using standard conversion API and enhanced conversion API and a pretty robust event-driven audience framework. Along with attribution and profitability, we also enable various cuts of your marketing data. So, for example, you can actually analyze your different cohorts, which ones are maturing properly, which ones are not maturing on time. Similarly, you can also analyze which segments are contributing to RTOs. So we can analyze this at a pin code, city, state, or payment method, or product ID level to actually find out if RTOs are being contributed by a certain pin code, certain geography, certain product, maybe a certain creative. Similarly, we have our deep creative analysis, and this is across multiple ads. So if you use the same creative across multiple ads, then you're able to merge that into one creative's performance. If you're running post-purchase service using a platform, then you'll have deep insights into exactly what those surveys are doing, what every individual submission looks like, and similarly what the response was. And we also merge this survey responses with the actual order data to tell you if the journey was Google plus Meta and the survey says Google, then you clearly know that you know what customers are responding more to Google compared to both. There's geography based analytics to actually tell you what's your ad spend in a certain geography and what's the return on ad spend you're getting in those geographies. So this helps you find geographies, cities, or states where you can scale up or scale down. Discount analytics helps you actually find if the discounts that you enabled are working for you or not. So whether a prepaid offer is actively reaching the number of customers you need to reach, how many customers are still on no discount. If you're doing a bundle discount, then is it actually delivering the increase in AOE that you need? Uh, yeah, basically you can analyze all your discount codes over here. And web analytics helps you understand every single landing page, how many visitors it's getting, how many sessions, how many add to carts is that landing page generating, and how many orders are you getting from that specific landing page. So if you're directing traffic to a landing page, then you need to understand exactly if that landing page itself is converting well or not. And finally, we also have deep analytics into products and SKUs. So we're seeing some of this in property attribution, but if I go into any product, we can actually see what the conversion rate for that page is, what the ad spend is, what the average selling price is, and what other products are selling well as bundles with this specific product. So a lot of analytics for every product and SKU in your catalog. Along with that, we also will track uh, exactly how much is currently inventory, what's the lifespan of the inventory on the current run rate, and so on. Along with the static analytics, we also do a lot of AI driven analytics. So that's something you can see over here. So in, for example, Ads Manager, we run an agent at ads level that monitors every single ad for fatigue. So you can see that currently it has run for the last week and it's flagged 4 ads as moderately fatigued, 12 as early signs of fatigue, 37 as stable, and the others as learning. Why is it saying that this specific ad is fatigued? Because it's gone through all these performance metrics for the last couple of weeks, and it can see that CTR has declined a lot, while it's also pretty low, and CPM is spiking, and that's why it's saying that this specific ad is moderately fatigued. Along with this, we also have an RC agent. So what this does is the RC agent takes the input from the ads agent. So the ads agent highlights the ads that need further analysis, and the RC agent actually does that further analysis. So it's run through these specific 3 ads, and it's come to the conclusion that the first ad or the issue is actually the landing page. The ad itself is working fine, but the landing page conversion rate has dropped. And similarly, for the other two ads also, it's come to the conclusion that while there's some early signs of fatigue, there isn't a drastic need to change anything right now. So combined together, both these agents give you exact pointers on what to do with your different ads. We are always running more agents, so pretty soon we'll have a products agent that will actively tell you which products are working well for you, and a revenue agent that will tell you where is your revenue margin bleeding out and what steps can you take to actively plug it. Yeah. So at BooleanMaths, we strongly believe that the future of software is going to be headless. While we will continue building interfaces and authentication to ensure that the right structure exists for the data that you need, but we believe that as reasoning agents get stronger and stronger, uh, our clients will use AI agents like Claude and Gemini and OpenAI to access their data with the assistance of a LLM, so that they are not just getting raw data, but they're getting the reasoning along with it. With that idea in mind, we were one of the first people to build an MCP for the marketing data layer. It currently connects with Claude, GPT, Gemini, any MCP supporting LLM agent. I can quickly generate a key and just plug that into your LLM of choice. What does that look like? So I can simply run any query and it will connect to our MCP data and run analytics in the way that we think it should be done. So currently it's running using Boolean as skill. It's finding a list of projects, then it will load our pre-existing tools. So currently we build around 45 plus pre-existing tools, and this includes all the interfaces that I've seen till now, including variations of that. So not just static data, but dynamic data across weeks, across days, so that the LLM can actually consume data that is uh, like humans cannot consume trend data as efficiently as LLMs can. So that's what we try to feed it. You can see that obviously it's doing the analysis with the data that you provided, and it's giving you the results that you need. So it's already telling you which campaigns need to be held, which need to be paused, and which needs to be uh, watched. Now, this was a very simple prompt, but you can run more complicated prompts, such as, so here I've run a much more complicated prompt where I'm specifying how many weeks of data need to be fetched, what all metrics need to be calculated, what should the output format be, that they should also create ad categories for CBO, ABO, and others, and then create an allocation for whether it should be scaled up or not. So it read the BillMaths Ad Manager skill, it loaded all the necessary tools, and once it found it, then it started loading ad details for the 6 weeks that we're talking about, and it created like exact dashboard that you need for every single ad category. Similarly, we can do it. Basically, you can run any complicated query because our MCP, along with the tools supporting that MCP, enable it. This is the best way to access Boolean Math stat data, like, by far.